Here are 20 interesting facts about NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. 1. NASA was founded on July 29, 1958. It was established in response to the Soviet Union's successful launch of Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite, in 1957. 2. NASA's budget is around $25 billion annually. This is roughly 0.5% of the US federal budget, but it has contributed significantly to technological advancements and scientific discoveries. 3. NASA's first successful spacecraft was Explorer 1. Launched in 1958, it was the United States' first satellite and helped discover the Van Allen radiation belts. 4. The moon landing was not the first time NASA achieved space travel. NASA's first human spaceflight was Alan Shepard's suborbital flight on May 5, 1961, aboard Freedom 7. 5. Neil Armstrong's famous line was almost different. He originally said, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." He later claimed the A was dropped due to a technical glitch. 6. NASA's Apollo program included a total of 17 missions. The first successful manned mission, Apollo 11, was followed by missions that helped with lunar exploration and other space experiments. Number 7, Hubble Space Telescope has revolutionized astronomy. Launched in 1990, the telescope has taken some of the most detailed images of deep space and confirmed the expansion of the universe. 8. NASA's Curiosity rover has been exploring Mars since 2012. It has been sending back detailed images and scientific data about the Martian surface and its potential for life. 9. The first spacewalk was done by cosmonaut Alexei Leonov. In 1965, Leonov spent 12 minutes outside his spacecraft in the vacuum of space, paving the way for future spacewalks. 10. NASA has sent over 100 spacecraft into deep. Missions like Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 have left our solar system, becoming the farthest human-made objects from Earth. 11. NASA helped develop the technology behind GPS. The space agency's work with satellites laid the groundwork for the global positioning system used worldwide today. 12. NASA has a space weather prediction center. It monitors space weather, including solar flares and geomagnetic storms, which can affect satellites, astronauts, and communications. 13. The International Space Station, ISS, is a joint project. NASA partners with Russia, Japan, Canada, and the European Space Agency, ESA, to operate and maintain the ISS, which has been continuously inhabited since 2000. 14. NASA's first female astronaut was Sally Ride. Ride flew into space in 1983 aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger, becoming the first American woman in space. 15. NASA has over 20 space centers. These include the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, Johnson Space Center in Texas, and the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California. 16. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, operates independently. JPL, located in Pasadena, California, is responsible for many of NASA's robotic space missions, including the Mars rovers and the Voyager probes. 17. NASA has developed many technologies used on Earth. These include memory foam, water purification systems, and even advances in medical imaging, all derived from space research. 18. NASA's Mars rovers are self-driving. The rovers use a combination of algorithms and artificial intelligence to navigate the Martian terrain autonomously. 19. NASA sent a spacecraft to study the Sun up close. The Parker Solar Probe, launched in 2018, is the first mission to touch the Sun by flying through the outer atmosphere. 20. NASA has been working on a mission to send humans to Mars. The Artemis program, which plans to return humans to the Moon by 2025, is a stepping stone to crewed missions to Mars in the 2030s. Wood has made many films inspired by NASA's space missions, astronauts, and the broader exploration of space. Here are 20 notable movies that have been made about NASA or space exploration. 1. Apollo 13, 1995. Directed by Ron Howard, this film recounts the true story of the Apollo 13 mission, where astronauts Jim Lovell, Fred Haise, and Jack Swigert had to work with NASA's ground control to survive after an oxygen tank explosion. 2. The Right Stuff, 1983. Based on the book by Tom Wolfe, this movie dramatizes the beginnings of the US space program, focusing on the test pilots who became the first astronauts in the Mercury program. 3. Interstellar, 2014. Directed by Christopher Nolan, Interstellar follows a group of astronauts who travel through a wormhole in search of a new habitable planet to save humanity, featuring NASA as a key element in the story. 4. Hidden follows astronaut Mark Warney, played by Matt Damon, who is left stranded on Mars and must rely on NASA's help to survive. 7 First Man, in 2018, directed by Damien Chazelle, this film tells the story of Neil Armstrong, the first person to walk on the moon, and the years of preparation leading up to the Apollo 11 mission, with a focus on NASA's role in the mission. 8. 2001, A Space Odyssey, 1968, directed by Stanley Kubrick, this science fiction classic follows a space mission to Jupiter, sparked by the discovery of a mysterious monolith on the moon. While not directly about NASA, it explores themes of space exploration and artificial intelligence. 9. Contact, 1997. Based on Carl Sagan's novel, Contact follows Dr. Ellie Arroway, Jodie Foster, as she leads an effort to make contact with extraterrestrial intelligence, with NASA at the forefront of the mission. 10. Armageddon, 1998. In this action-packed movie, NASA recruits a team of oil drillers led by Bruce Willis to destroy an asteroid that is on a collision course with Earth, employing large-scale space technology and heroics. 11. Space Cowboys, 2000. Directed by Clint Eastwood, this film follows a group of aging former astronauts who are called back into action by NASA to repair a failing satellite. 12. Moon, 2009. Directed by Duncan Jones, Moon is a psychological sci-fi thriller about a man, Sam Rockwell, who works alone on a lunar base and begins to unravel the secrets of his mission, with subtle connections to NASA's exploration efforts. 13. Elysium, 2013. In a dystopian future, Earth's overpopulation has led to the rich escaping to a space station called Elysium. The film stars Matt Damon, who tries to use technology to return to Earth and improve humanity's fate, indirectly involving space exploration themes. 414. Sunshine, 2007. Directed by Danny Boyle, Sunshine follows a group of astronauts sent on a mission to reignite the dying sun with a nuclear bomb, portraying a future space mission with NASA-like undertones. 15. The Space Between Us, 2017. This romantic sci-fi film follows the first human born on Mars who travels to Earth for the first time, with NASA playing a pivotal role in his journey and adaptation to Earth's gravity. – 16. Stowaway, 2021. This film centers on a small crew traveling to Mars who discover an unintentional stowaway aboard their spaceship, creating a life-or-death situation involving NASA's space mission protocols. 17. Europa Report, 2013, a found-footage sci-fi film about a privately funded mission to Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, involving a NASA-like space exploration team encountering unexpected challenges. 18 Love, 2011, a unique sci-fi film set in space where an astronaut is left alone on a space station. It examines the isolation and struggle for survival in deep space, with NASA-like themes of exploration and communication. 19 Interstellar, 2014, a sci-fi epic directed by Christopher Nolan where NASA is central to humanity's effort to survive by exploring a new habitable planet. The plot revolves around wormholes, relativity, and the survival of mankind. 20. Mission to Mars 2000, directed by Brian De Palma. This film depicts a NASA mission to rescue astronauts stranded on Mars, exploring themes of space exploration, human perseverance, and the search for extraterrestrial life. These films showcase a mix of real-world NASA missions, speculative space travel, and fictional scenarios inspired by space exploration.